lights down, tea hot. Yeah, the drama's back again. Everybody got secrets hiding deep within. Them and Chris got the whole town talking loud. One kiss, one lie, now the wall's coming down. Every twist got us losing our minds. Every episode crossing every line. We're breaking down the fights, the tears, the shade. Who's telling truth and who just getting played? Welcome to Behind the Gates, where the love and the scandal never wait. Behind the gates, yeah, behind the gates. Every heart's a rumor in the flames. Oh, welcome to Behind the Gates, where the truth comes out when the night is late. Ooh, behind the gates. Let's talk about it. Grab your wine, come and sit with us tonight. Everybody smiling, but it cuts like a knife. Truths in the hallway, lies in the hall. One wrong word and it all gets loud. The twist got us losing our mind. Every episode, crossing every line. We breaking down the fights, the tears, the shade. Who's telling truth and who just getting played? Behind the gates, where the love and the scandal never wait. Behind the gates, yeah, behind the gates. Every heart's a rumor in the flames. Oh, welcome to Behind the Gates, where the truth comes out when the night is late. Ooh, behind the gates. Let's talk about it. When the door shuts, everybody knows. The pretty little secrets start to show, and the whole town leans in close, waiting on the one thing nobody shows.
Every Friday night.
No cooking necessary, no assembly required.
Happy Friday, y'all, and welcome to Behind the Gates, where we discuss all things beyond the gates. Let me introduce my co-host. We have Keisha Moore, and we have John, very good Reverend Doctor. How are y'all doing this evening?
I'm blessed. How are you?
All right, I'm doing.
You don't ordain you, Donald. Look, he is not a reverend. He just plays one on this podcast.
Right.
I am here for all of your makeshift funerals. I give makeshift eulogies. I also do makeshift
all
bookings.
of that.
All
of the.
Look, he's the resident pastor for Fairmont Crest who needs one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's it exactly. So listen, y'all, go ahead and put in the comments where you are watching us from. And it's hot. I'm in Vegas.
Girl, it's hot in Carolina.
I'm in Oklahoma.
Well, here's the deal. It's hot, but they said we're going to have monsoon type weather tonight and tomorrow, which is like, how disrespectful to greet us with, all this rain. But it's okay. Sora still look fabulous.
I hope they ain't got fresh blowouts.
They are painting Las Vegas pink and green. For those of you who do not know, these sorors of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated have taken over Las Vegas. Boule starts tomorrow, and the International Boule wrapped up today. And pink and green is everywhere. So
everywhere.
They are turning the Las Vegas.
It's a pretty week in Vegas.
Pink and green in about an hour. They're going to have the official lighting of the Las Vegas sign, pink and green, and it will be that way all week. So if you want to go and get a little picture, Soros, if you're here and you're watching, we'll get you a picture about the Las Vegas sign. We'll be pink and green in your honor. All right. Let's go to Fairmont Crest, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because they've been showing out this week.
Showing all the way out. I'm still proud of my girl, Kat, though. She's been a big girl this week.
Who?
Kat.
She has. And we'll get to it.
Yes, we'll get to it.
Let's go here. Let's just see.
Hey, Noki. Hey, cousin.
Hot Mess Express. Hey, Nookie.
Big Bad Bill
Mm.
and he
Night of
started
Living
we
Dead.
having to shake. So we're picking up where we left off Friday and him, having to go to the hospital. So just to recap, he was getting into it with Mike over Madison's deposition, and the shaking and shimmering got started right there.
He was
And
shimmying.
so Haley was shaking and
Shimmy and
shimmering
slurring.
like a cat. And I'm trying to remember in the order in this happened. I know Haley was all over making Naomi feel her. Look at this. I'm so sick of this little shifty little side eye she got going on. I'm like, really, sis?
It's like this. Y'all ain't got to direct her to make that look no more. We already know. She can go back to the regular look she was given before we knew. We know now.
Well, they got to give the soap opera transition. Everyone has to give a awkward look or a sinister stare before they transition onto the next thing.
I guess so.
But look, this is the thing though. She wasn't given the looks ever until we found out officially.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Everybody's in the hospital. Bill's like, nah, I'm fine. Haley, I don't know what to say about Haley. I don't know if she played it good or was she just too, I don't know. She just in the middle of the road for me.
She's not concerned and doting enough.
Mm-mm.
Definitely not. She's like, okay, yeah, this is about to be done. Let me just, say what I need to say. But
yeah.
Bill is really about he on his way out of here.
Do you feel okay? Did you sign the will?
That's what she needs to know. Because
are your affairs in order?
Because it's one of those things like her and Bill are getting upset that everyone's calling her out saying, why are you not concerned enough? This is concerning to us. It's like, we can tell that you don't care and you're fulfilling the stereotype of I'm only with you because of your money archetype very well. And if I was Chelsea or Naomi, I would have kicked her out. And I would have said, okay, so whatever this is going on is not going to affect us in here. Your butt's staying. And I don't care what you say. I don't care what you got to say about it.
Right. But everybody feel like now they got to go to Haley. Like Haley is the one that has Bill's ear. So now Naomi goes, let me holler at you for a second out here in the hall. You need to make my daddy stay since he listens to you. And she's, okay, fine. I will try.
So how would you have responded in that situation? Because I know that at least for me, I probably would have had a conversation with my dad's wife if she was acting very discrediting or dismissive as Haley was. I would have pulled her to the side and say, okay, now look, me, you need to chat because what's happening? Because my dad's right now in the hospital on I won't say ventilators, but on machines monitoring his status, and you're over here like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? I need you to be the wife that you want to. I need you to be the wife that you claim to be. That's what I need you to be.
Exactly.
But
she couldn't it was almost like she couldn't hide her excitement really deep down. It was like, okay, this is the giddiness is about to happen.
Yeah, she doing too much and not enough.
Y'all, forgive me because for some reason I'm in a hotel, so some things may not work exactly like it's supposed to tonight because I'm on hotspots and Wi-Fi's and things. Here we go. All right. She just like, I'm here, I'm cute, Bill is gonna be all right, and that's that. And I personally, I don't know how I don't think I would have said anything to Haley at all. I think I would have brought in somebody. I probably would have, she called Danny, but I don't know.
She need to leave Danny alone.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I don't know who can make Bill listen and stay where he needs to stay, because
Danny.
he's pretty much saying
Danny.
well, no, because Danny said, and he still.
Well,
Yeah,
no, when he
Danny, but they said Danny would have never left his side.
this is true. Because
And
the
that-
thing
yeah.
when Bill had his stroke the first time, Danny clocked him and he listened.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the thing with Danny now, I fault Naomi for calling Danny? Not entirely. I would fault Naomi for calling Danny thinking that she's gonna come there to make Bill act right. That's where I fault Naomi. But at least letting her know that their father or the father of her children is in the hospital, I can, if I squint my eyes and I squint hard enough, I can possibly see it.
Nah,
But
man.
even then, it's on a
All
thin
you know
line.
is he was in the hospital. He out now.
Oh yeah, see. But it's also one of but Danny responded correctly though.
She did. I was
will
proud of
say.
Danny for the first time in a couple of weeks.
She said, "Okay,
Well,
keep posted."
Until later on.
That moment, for just that moment, I was proud of Danny. But the slippery slope she slid down after this,
Right,
it was done for me, because she is so
he was deflecting something serious
and crazy. But we'll get back to her. But this is her receiving the phone call. Okay, yes, is Haley there? Okay, cool. Y'all handle it. All right. And Andre was pretty much like, okay, what, you got to go run the bill now? All right, I'll be here, you know.
Did y'all catch the rolling of the eyes when he said it too?
Yeah.
Like, he had the I'm so sick of this ish.
Right.
But you can't fault Andre and stuff.
No, not at all.
No.
That's been the pattern. But at the same time, Danny is not used to having someone. Well, how can I say this? Because Andre was able to detect something's off with you, and it's not even just a tornado. You're more eager than normal, to where we're not in sync in terms of, like, we normally be down each other's pants in a heartbeat, but now you're rushing it, and we can't fully enjoy it.
Right.
So
we'll get back to Danny and Andre in depth after the break, but let's go to this one here. Now, she just said, oh, I'm going to facial, I'm going to do this, but she took the time out to call Randy. Honey, Bill is almost Bill is on his last leg, honey.
This is my deal. One day, Joey gonna have Randy on an assignment, and Haley gonna call Randy, and he gonna go over to Haley, and it's gonna be an important assignment that he has her on, that he has him on, and Haley gonna say, like, okay, you can do that later. I'm the priority right now. It's like, oh girl, come on.
But this is my thing. We have this private conversation in this booth. How do you know who's on the other side of the booth, dummy?
One of Joey's henchmen could be sitting there tailing Randy.
Just stupid.
And that's what I'm thinking, that because he keeps asking, what I'm asking you to do, is it going to be a problem for you? And Joey has proven, we'll get to that later, he is not dumb or stupid or slow by any stretch of the imagination. Joey is 2-3 steps ahead of everybody for the most part. So Randy, I'll get on my thoughts on Joey in just a second. Randy needs to be careful, because I'm with you, Donald. I think that maybe somebody's telling Randy to make sure he's doing what he needs to do.
Right.
And who knows?
But you don't follow him to the cabin in the woods where they're keeping Doug.
Yeah, because it could be Marcel that's tailing Randy, for all we know.
Could be something.
Could be.
But Bill said, listen, y'all have had 24 hours, and now I'm out of here. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. Save your tears. Save your drama for your mama. I'm out.
Find somebody else to do it. I'm gone.
Okay.
Find somebody else to pick the part on. I'm out. Now, why do y'all think? Because it can't just be I want to work. What do you think is really going on with Bill?
I think he's afraid of hospitals. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
that's what they've talked about.
yeah. I'm with Keisha. He is authentically afraid of hospitals, and the more that he stays in there, the more he feels like something they're gonna find something. He doesn't want them to find anything. To be quite honest, he would rather die not knowing anything than to be alive and find out that something's wrong. Because then that means that it's going to be more tests and more hospital stays, and he would rather die than to be in that.
And I'm not as young and virile as I used to be. I'm actually have to face my own mortality in the face.
And that's something that's been discussed in the show as well, is that Bill thinks he's invincible. He has that
Yep.
he has that ego Superman complex where he can nothing can phase him. But when his kryptonite is basically activated and he's mortal or he's near a red sun, for those that are comic book readers, he turns normal and he can't handle that.
Right.
Well, here come Haley. Watusi herself in here. Bill, what are you doing here? Like, she's gotten so good at fake caring that I'm just like, I don't believe a word out of your mouth.
So here's the thing in terms of the fake care. At some point, when is it not fake caring, and when is she actually starting to slip and actually catch feelings for Bill?
I think she was at one point. I don't think she is anymore.
No, I don't think so. I think the main motivator for her will always be the $10 million. But I think there is some level of care or feelings that she's developing in the back of her mind. Because even Randy said that this is the longest that they've ever been on a target. And
well, I think she would have. Okay. Let me reframe. I think she may have started to catch feelings, but the thing that keeps her from for real catching them and moving with them is because he won't leave Danny the heck alone.
So in terms of that, Randy caught that whenever Danny and Haley first started butting heads, like for real over Bill. Randy noticed that you've never been this protective over a target before, let alone we never spent this much time on a target itself. So what's really going on with you? Right.
I remember that. I do remember that.
So I think that when it ultimately comes to head, now I don't know where the writers are planning to take this, but if Bill does come to head with this whole poison that Haley's been feeding him, and if it gets to the point to where he's in a coma and they have to figure out if they need to keep him on life support or take him off, and it's gonna have to be Haley's choice because Naomi and Chelsea and Danny can't say anything about it.
Right.
Nope.
I think that Haley will. Well, you know what? No, I was about to say that Haley would keep him on life support, but I'm like, no. For the sake of the story, that would be the thing that would come to head between Chelsea, Naomi, and Haley, at minimum.
So let's play this out, because we know that this story has to go somewhere. They're not going to drag this out for the next 2 seasons of Bill still getting poisoned.
And I don't see them killing Bill.
And I don't see them killing Bill. So, and they're doing all the little droppers like Kat said, what are you trying to kill Bill? Like you drawing it out. What do we see? Like, I'm trying to figure out, because of course we know Bill and Danny are in each other's orbit, and it's gonna be inevitable. As much as I dislike it, some kind of way, some paths are gonna cross. Whether it's sexual again or not, I don't think, maybe not, but I think Danny is gonna be the one to discover Haley's plot. Because she's already calling her, gold digger, this, that, whoop, whoop. But how is that going to play? Is she going to be like, let's get together and run Haley out of town? Or is Haley going to flip it and then get scared of going to jail and decide, let me just leave it alone and live off the money? Because they cannot let her get away with it again like they did Leslie. We can't have 2 of them on the loose with no justice.
I was about to say, I think I'm going to counter. I think I'm going to rebut you,
Okay.
Ursula. I think Leslie may find out about Haley's scam. She already knows that
Well,
something's up.
because of today, you're right. Because of today,
And hold it
now
over her head.
you are now an enemy. So I'm gonna make you
Mhm.
pay now. So she gonna dig
I don't think
even
she'll
harder.
tell it. I think she'll use it as leverage.
Yeah, because Leslie already hates Bill for how the whole thing with.
Oh,
So
Donald
if
just froze.
anything,
There you go.
so if anything, Leslie.
Uh-oh.
Oh crap!
He said, "Oh crap."
Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all still hear me?
We can hear you, but okay.
Yeah.
All right, there you
Am I
go.
back?
There you back. Okay.
Okay. Devil loose here. I would say that Leslie would love the opportunity to have some kind of leverage over Bill,
Right.
and this would be the perfect way.
Yeah.
But in terms of having the leverage, it'll be through Haley.
Yeah, because she keep telling me, let's get together. And then she was like, listen, bitch, I can give it this as good as I can get it. You don't want to play with me. So now Leslie's intrigued.
That was hilarious.
Listen, I'm curious to see how that whole dynamic will play, because the difference between, well, I guess Haley and Leslie do have money, so it's the power of whose finances are superior to each other.
Well, Leslie's is definitely superior because Haley's money is Bill's money. So she got to be careful how she spend and move money. Because he clocking every work, every dollar she spent with moving what and what. So Leslie's money is definitely longer.
Yeah,
And
Leslie's money is her money.
And the thing with Leslie, or Haley, I should say, she may try and sick Randy on Leslie, but Randy, that's too hot of a territory for Randy to even touch.
Yeah,
because Joey and Leslie are in business together with the clinic, so they've already lost Derek. So if Leslie turns up missing, that's going to raise even more questions.
Oh yeah, I think Leslie has proven she's sneaky. It's going to be time for Leslie to pull the wigs back out and jump into some of her old ways again. This new leaf that she supposedly turned is flipping back over now because Leslie's like, okay, my daughter's good. Let me get back to my old thing.
And I was, well, we'll go there later.
But we could talk about Leslie.
I was just going to say I was proud of Eva for checking her today.
Oh, yeah. So let's go. Before we go any further, we were going to go to break, but let's just go ahead and tackle this and then go to break. So we were here when she says, okay, I'm not coming. Andre is super like, wait, what you mean?
What you mean?
And he clocked it and said, the reason we got together is because you wanted to use me to get over Bill. And now you trying to tear my clothes off to do the same thing. Even though we're married, you're still using me as a distraction from Bill. And I was so glad that he clocked it and was like, wait a minute. No, this feels familiar and not in a good way. And then she goes all of that gaslighting of him of you don't want me and now things have changed and you pushing me away and all I want to do is have sex with my husband and you don't want. I mean, she just
gaslighting and manipulating.
She did straight gaslighting. She's turning more and more into a narcissist.
My God,
she is. It's the guilt. The guilt is driving Danny cray.
I don't think the guilt would have been needed to be a fuel for it. I think Danny has always been a narcissist. She's just not
She's
a narcissist in her own way, I believe. She's been around Bill she's been married to Bill for 20 plus years.
It just makes me so mad that she's letting him play her like that. Like, this fool is sitting here plotting on how we can have this affair.
It's Stockholm syndrome at this point.
And you entertaining it, like not obviously entertaining it, but in your mind you entertaining it because you won't let him go.
Exactly. But Danny, she looking. Andre is with his sincere heart. How much I love you. You done told everybody. He said, I done told anybody who will listen to me how much I love you. How much
Mhm.
I mean, and I want you to think about this. Now, so he's the total opposite of Naomi. She's wanting to burn the house down, and we'll get to that in a second. But Danny don't want to do nothing. And Andre's like, wait a minute, can we at least go talk to a doctor? Can we at least see what our options are? And she's like, no, absolutely not. So I think more so than narcissism is vanity, because that's all she got to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all she kept saying is, I am this body. I'm a model. I'm this and that. So
I mean, I can see that, but the I don't consider, that's not the part that I was considering narcissistic of her. I mean, that's something as women we all would think about in that situation. Like, that's got to be a consideration. But the whole thing is, your issue ain't got nothing to do with this BRCA variant, possible double mastectomy, none of that. Your real issue is you feel guilty for the dirt you did to this good man.
Yeah.
And now you're just trying to deflect.
Yeah, she's definitely trying to deflect. And Andre, poor baby, no matter what he do, he just can't get right. And it's not you, baby. It is not you, Andre. Hear from our mouths to your ears. It is not you. It's her. And she, as much as she want to think that Bill is the problem, she is the problem. It's not Bill, because Bill said his little jokes a week or 2 weeks ago, and Bill has said nothing else. And here she go today, throwing it up in Haley's face,
baiting her. Look, I know petty. Look, Donald, if it's one thing we know, it's petty.
And we thank you.
And you are not discreet with your petty, Pookie.
Mm-mm. And I don't try to be
on Front Street with it.
Right.
You got to worry.
You got to be slicker. You got to be slicker than that, Danny.
Oh, Haley would give him some of this young good stuff.
Haley was hilarious.
I was like, "Are you serious right now?"
Oh God, that was hilarious.
And she said, "You can give him so much good stuff as all you want to, because that's something I will never do again." Like, it's been a year. You ain't done it in a year. What that mean? She basically gave herself away. And Bill was right to call her out on it and say, well, wait a minute, Danny, because you told me not to go around saying nothing. And then what are you doing? And
which is a valid point.
It is a valid point.
You come to my office, not just coming, but barging and storming into my office, berating me about even dropping just a subtle hint. And then you basically just go saying what we did without saying it blatantly to my wife. And then it's okay for you to do it, but it's not okay for me to do it. Okay. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You letting me know that you still feeling me. I know you feeling me, because
that's exactly what she did.
And that's the previews for next week, I'm curious to see how that conversation finishes.
Yes, me too. But here's the thing.
I hope it finishes with him leaving.
It will. I don't think that they'll mess around, but I do believe that the tension will be extremely thick.
Did Pamela tell her right?
Yes, and why didn't she talk to Pamela instead of talking to Vanessa to begin with?
Pamela was across. Yeah, she was in Europe, I think, doing something.
She was FaceTimed or something.
But do I agree with Pamela that your human side basically showed itself, and you can't? Well, do I agree with Pamela that the fact that she told Danny that she's basically human? Yes, I agree with Pamela on that. I think if I recall the conversation correctly, did she say like it doesn't excuse it, but it explains the emotion because you are in survival mode?
Right.
But at the same time, Danny, your mind should have been on your on your husband.
Right.
Mine should have been on your husband.
If you truly loved Andre the way that you say you do, your mind would have been fixed on Andre and nothing else.
And that's true. And you
I don't think it's that she doesn't love Andre. I think it's exactly what Pam said. This is your knee-jerk reflex reaction. When in distress, Bill's got me. And you got to get yourself out that mind and remember what the heck this fool did to you.
And I want her to stop telling that bold-faced lie. Danny, you are a bold-faced, bald-head lie. Because you're talking about
bald-headed.
Listen.
We were scared for our life. We didn't know if we would see our loved ones again. We didn't know what was happening. Y'all didn't even know it was a tornado happening. Y'all just thought the elevator was broke. So
what does being scared as to not seeing your loved ones have to do with having sex? Please help me understand.
That.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna live again. I gotta get it in one more time. Give it to me. That's not my first reaction.
See, y'all
going to whatever people also think they're about to die and get stuck with someone they always make love. Listen.
See, y'all going into my things that make you go.
They're in love with.
See, y'all get into my things that make you go, So because we in a near-death experience, the first thing you're gonna think about is getting this off one last time.
Exactly. No, like, absolutely not.
Make it make sense, please.
But you lying because all y'all knew is the elevator was broke. You ain't know there was a tornado. Exactly. You didn't know anybody was out there dying. When them doors opened after y'all finished doing what y'all did, that's when you saw the devastation and realized what in the world happened here. And somebody had to tell you it was a tornado. So you talk about we was fearing for our lives and didn't know if we said, miss me with that BS. Y'all did what y'all needed to do because you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Bill said one thing to you. He turned his eyes back to you and told you how sexy and turned on he was and how sexy you were. And that was all you needed to hear. Like, oh, he feeling me again. Because Bill ran that relationship. Bill ran the end of that demise. And she went back and begged him to take her back. And so it's Bill say, whatever Bill say their relationship will be is what it will be. Unfortunately. Because all he had to say was those few words, and she was on top of him. Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Listen, that's what they said.
That's exactly what happened. Didn't fool around. Ain't mentioned Andre once. You said, I need to get to my babies. Andre did not come out your mouth. Not once.
I need to get to my husband. I need to get back to Andre.
No, nothing. None. I think if Andre had came to her mind, she might not have done it. But Andre was so far from her mind. He wasn't even a stone's throw to her mind.
Andre hit her mind at about the point when she stood up and put up her drawers.
Exactly.
That's when Andre hit her
mind. Because the fact that they turned all the elevator lights on. The power was clearly working. Them doors could have opened at any point. You could have been in
anytime.
But no.
So do you all think she loves Andre, or do you think she should love Andre? I think she loves Andre, but I think her familiarity and history with Bill somehow overrides what she feels for Andre, because in her mind she knows Andre is the better pick. Even Pam said, you need to think about all the dirty, nasty, low-down, trifling things Bill did to you and realize how good you got it now, but that ain't good enough for Danny.
Okay, so then let's throw this out there. Do you think Andre and Danny, or no, not even Andre and Danny, do you think Danny got married too quickly?
Absolutely.
Because that's what it ultimately stems to. She, like, at the end of the day, you don't get over someone you've been married to 2+ decades with. That's not something that you just get out of your system in a matter of months. But you keep falling back into this. And in terms of Andre's character, I fault him for not thinking about that whenever we had this whole thing going on with the whole wedding and everything.
He was drunk out his mind, boy.
Yes. And
they were drunk, and he wanted to say, let's go ahead and get out of it. And she said, nah. And him just like, okay, well, we'll ride it out, whatever you say. But her motivation for writing it out. It wasn't that I'm so in love with you. Is I see how enraged Bill is because this happened. Number one, that's my motivation. Let me get under his skin with this. And she ended up actually seeing Andre for who he was into this farce of a marriage. Like, oh, wait a minute. I actually stumbled into something good.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that stumble now was sustaining me until the real deal turned his eyes back to me and made me weak in the knees.
Mm-hmm.
Now what am I going to do? Because I realized I got somebody good who is totally into me, who I should be into. But this man is dangling the carrot of me getting back what I lost because her pride is wounded. She got to see Haley every chance she get to remind her of what she lost, remind her of her humiliation. And she wants to have that pride to say, I got him back. But then you think, oh, Snoop, I got Andre.
Right.
I can't hurt him, but I want to get back just to get back, just to say I can, that I am Danny and I can take back what's mine and send Haley packing. But I got Andre now and I can't hurt him. So she's torn and beat up. And that's what her whole thing with Pamela is, but I can't hurt Andre. If Andre was not a factor, her and Bill be back together. And
I don't know that he would be because honestly, I don't know that Bill necessarily wants to be back together. He just want to know he can get it.
Well, like we said last week, whether he wants to be back with her or not, he's definitely over Haley. I think that
sometimes I think he is, sometimes I think he ain't.
Well, he gonna protect her in his pride. They both prideful because if your whole family, it's just like when you were a teenager and your parents say, don't date that boy around the corner. The first thing you do is jump out the window and go date the boy around the corner because you're being rebellious. So now that Kat, Chelsea, Naomi, and Danny all teaming up against Haley again, of course he's gonna defend her and say, back up off my wife, because that gives him something to do. He ain't gonna say, yeah, you're right, she a slut. He's not gonna say that. That's just, so it's kind of like, and to me, I think Bill had moved on. Like he made his little smirks or whatever, but he's so used to cheating. He done moved on, like, okay, back to business as usual. And Danny is the one super affected. She's still stuck in the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Bill moved on.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He don't really want Danny. He just want to know he can get her whenever he want her.
Oh, yeah, but the fact that he knows she feeling him, that she keeps jumping hips, he like, oh, okay.
Because you notice he's not saying let's leave our significant others and get back together. He's saying let's be each other's side piece.
Right.
He doesn't want you. He just wants you.
And see, this is the thing with the difference between men and women in terms of, like, I guess you can say it shows the dynamic between the difference between men and women view sex. Because for me, I can say I can have sex with you, and I can literally get dressed, walk out, block you, and think nothing of it. In terms of women, granted, I don't want to say it's scientific or it's stereotypical, but it's one of those things where it's more emotionally tied for you two, unless I'm wrong. Because when you open yourself up to someone like that, at least in that manner, you expose yourself to the other person in more ways than one.
Yeah.
So I mean, unless I'm wrong.
No.
So that's where I feel with Danny and Bill. Like you said, Bill is like, I've been moved on. It happened. Bam, bam, boom. Let's get to the next thing. But you choose, not because not you feel, you choose to stay on this. At this point, when does it become a feeling and more of a choice?
Yeah. Because my thing is this, not that what she did was not horrible and despicable, and not that she shouldn't feel bad about it. But Danny, this was weeks ago. Let that go. You keep carrying it and bringing it into every day, every conversation, every thought. You keep bringing it as if it's something that's happening still. And Bill talking about what's going on between us. You mean what happened, ED, between us not going on? That would suggest you've done it again. You have not. So unless you are entertaining it in your mind that I might do this again, leave that in the elevator and
But
keep
that's
it
why he
moving.
says what's going on, because clearly you're still stuck in the elevator.
She's stuck in that elevator and she needs to
Yep.
let it go. She
'Cause he
already
said-
And my
agreed.
thing
Andre
is,
does
if
not
you're
need
not
to
going to
know.
tell it, then leave it alone.
But that's the
And
thing.
I almost feel like she need to tell it because it's eating her up every time he comes to her and he's the sweetest person on the planet. Then she feel guilty, as she should.
But you know what? That the Bree women will never feel like they are responsible for anything. That I will say.
She done made it up in her mind. Like I said, well, we were scared and we were dying. Our life was on the line, and it was just a knee-jerk reaction. You done told yourself that lie so many times, you believe it.
You believe it.
Mhm.
That's right.
But she need to literally either you're gonna look like Vivica Fox said, put that where back there. You gonna put it there and leave it, or you gonna tell it. Because what you doing with this 1 foot in, 1 foot out is tearing your marriage down. And he gonna be like, y'all gonna be fighting every day over little stuff.
And
it's not gonna be about the big thing.
I still say Andre is not going to be able to tolerate that with Danny and Bill. I think he'll leave her.
You
I don't
think
think
so?
he'll leave her.
I don't think he will.
I think what happens right now will determine whether or not he leave her. If he always all of a sudden catching Bill in her face, keeping her, she all of a sudden always around Bill, then I think he'll be like, oh, so y'all been playing me all along. This wasn't a one-time deal. Y'all been having this going on behind my back. That I think would make him leave.
Right.
One time, this was fragile. I didn't know what happened and I did whatever. I'm sorry. I think he gonna be pissed as naturally as he should.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he leave it just because he, like he said, he been telling everybody how much he love her. He got roots now. You got a family. How much you want to do this, and you're not going to be willing to throw it away, especially if Danny is saying, I don't want to throw it away. I made a mistake.
But see, this is
coming to him. Go ahead.
But see, this is the thing. Danny downplayed at least what built up to it. She did tell Andre that she kissed Bill, but when she neglected to tell him at that point, when she told him, it was on multiple occasions.
Right.
So it's one of those deals where knowing Bill, if it does flush it out to that extent, Bill is that petty to be able to say, oh no, this has been something that's been in the works for a while. We just ultimately did it. She told you that she and I kissed. Yes. And she's like, how many times did she tell you? Because it was more than one time. So this has been something in the works. So that might seal the deal. Because now that not only did this lead up to it, you lied to me about the significance of what was building up.
I don't think the conversation is going to get that deep, though.
And it might not. But I'm going to hold true to that Andre will leave Danny in the fact that she slept with Bill and what led up to it. That's just me personally.
I don't think so. Let's go back to what our dear friend Sean told us when he visited.
Yep.
He said it's going to drag out longer than we want, and things are going to look really bad before it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he gonna find out, or she's gonna tell him. He gonna be pissed, and it's gonna be real rocky and real strained for a minute.
I think that
and then something's gonna happen, and that's gonna make him turn eyes back with her. Maybe the Broca thing is gonna become a real situation with Danny, and that's gonna be.
I hope not.
Or I would probably say, I'll speculate that Andre will literally file for divorce, but then change his mind.
It could be that too. It could be that too. Danny's gonna be so devastated as how could I? She gonna realize because and she may even go there with where he knows now and I'm free, and Bill be like, okay, what you telling me for? I ain't leaving Haley.
That's what I'm saying. Bill don't want her.
I think he does, but he likes the upper hand. He's not going to admit.
Well, let me rephrase that. Bill is not going to be faithful to her.
Right. Mm-hmm. He's not going to admit deep down that Danny has his heart because he's big, bad Bill Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
He can't let
Well, no.
it be known that anybody gets to him.
He has admitted that. He has admitted that Danny has his heart.
But he can't just say, I'm gonna throw. I made what he told Vernon. He made a mistake. He did all of that. But I think Bill is. She's gonna go. She's gonna look real stupid again, trying to reignite something with Bill, or she's gonna tell Andre, thinking that when they find out Haley's situation, that now that we can get Haley out of the way and find out what's going on, maybe me and Bill can put it back together, and it's not going to work. And then she's going to turn back to Andre and say, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have left, because Bill hadn't changed. It's going to be something to that effect. It's going to be something like that. But let's take a break.
All right.
And then we will come back with all things Democrats. No.
Hold your seat, don't move. We're cutting to a break. 15 seconds later, I'm back with the gate. Popcorn gone cold. You still got your grin. I got a little detour. Then I slide back in. Wait, don't touch that dial. I'll be through the noise in a minute, child. Behind the gates, we'll be right back. Behind the gates, then we snap right back. Right back.
Stand up strong, let your voice be heard. Hope and justice in every word. Hand in hand, we rise above, building change through strength and love. Join me in AACP today. Oh, let's show.
Okay, so now that our dear sister Naomi has finally told her husband and her mama about the BRCA gene, now she just want to tell everybody. And this is what it is. I lied, and I got it. Now let's talk reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, let's just go there. Chelsea's reaction was out of pocket to me. What do y'all think?
I mean, I get her reaction. I don't get the way you can react a certain way internally, but externally you need to hold it together a little better, because guess what, Pookie? You're not the one that has to deal with this. I am.
I think that Chelsea was over dramatic in her reaction. Now, her feelings are justified, because if one of my sisters, if we had a life-changing test like that, they tell me no at first, I tested negative for the gene, and then months later you come back and say, "Oh, I lied. I tested positive." Excuse me. I think I would feel some kind of way, but at the
Right.
same time, my initial questions would be, "What do you need from me, and how can I help?"
Right.
That's
Exactly.
how it should have been. But I will say, a natural question that would have came out of my mouth would have been, "Why did you feel you needed to keep it from me or from us as family?" That would have been a natural question.
Yes, but I think that Naomi answered it very well and
Hmm.
said what it is. And yes, we can be a bit much, as since you being a bit much right now. And
Right.
how would you have acted? See, you want me, our mother, and everyone around us now to act like the sky is falling and the ground is opening up. And that is not the energy I need right now, for you to look
Right.
at me and in mourning for what
Hmm.
is happening as if I'm already sick and dead and gone. You are looking at me as if it's happened already. And
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need that. And especially in the term of when I just found out, I didn't need that pitiful sorry from you.
Hmm.
And so now her getting that now is kind of like, see, that's why I didn't tell you.
Yeah.
That's how I took it. Like, see, I didn't want
Yeah.
you to put me in this box, and I don't need all of the woe is me. I'm the type of person, like, I might tell you something's going on with me, or maybe something happened when I feel like I want to tell you. But the last thing I want you to do when I tell you is pity me.
Hmm.
I don't want you looking at me with those eyes of feel sorry or anything like that. I want our relationship. If anything, I need to draw my energy from you of uplift to keep me up, keep me laugh, keep me whatever I need to do, but not woe is me every time I come around you.
Because this is what I'll say. It's one of those things where, for me, I'll say the initial conversation is going to be, um,
Uh-oh. Well, he was in the middle of something. Keisha, we can't hear you because you muted.
Um, I'm like, I was gonna say, click.
Right.
I didn't know what happened to Donald. I don't know. Chelsea has been a lot this week.
She has.
She's very immature.
She is.
Very immature.
was that me?
That
That
was
was
you
you
too.
I don't know
all
how.
day.
My hands are right here.
I have no idea what happened to you. All of a sudden, we was like, "Oh, okay, well,
All right then. But I guess I'll say that for me, the initial conversation would be awkward in terms of me just conveying to you this life altering news I just got. But after we got the awkwardness out and had the necessary initial conversation, if I'm carrying on as if I want life to live on as if I never told you, or live life as normal as possible, that's the energy I need you to match with me. It's like, move on,
right,
or
Right.
don't give me this negative as if every 2 seconds that we're in the midst of each other, you're asking me, do I feel okay, or you're asking me questions about this thing that I don't want to deal with at the moment.
right."
Right.
Because be glad that I told you, and then you like, okay, so let's move on. And Chelsea like, "Oh no, wait, we're not moving on. We're not passing off from this to something else. We're coming back to you." And I'm like, Chelsea, if she wants to move on right now, let her move on, because you are not the one with this. So it's the whole doom and gloom. Just like you didn't want everybody looking at you crazy when you finally got away from Allison, you
Mm-hmm.
wanted to move on. Same thing.
And Naomi would have been well within her right to say, that's why I didn't tell your ass to begin with.
And
And
that's what I was
I'm
thinking. That's
surprised I didn't tell you that to
exactly why.
begin with. Like, at least explicitly. Like, this is why I didn't tell your butt in the first place, because I wanted to avoid this.
Right.
Exactly. You are team too much right now, and that's not
Mm-hmm.
what I'm trying to deal with. But as forthcoming as she is,
Loki.
what Noki say?
You know what?
Look, it's because you are in Oklahoma, Donna. You got that. Oh gosh.
Oh God. Oh my. That's hilarious.
um,
She might have a point there, buddy.
I do not see lot flaws in the arithmetic.
Not at all.
Let's keep it moving, shall we?
Yes. So
I was saying that now that she's being forthcoming and whoo, I've got that off my chest. Jacob is now holding in what he wants and needs to say. It's the same thing as we had the whole baby, and he's thinking, all right, a brand new set of eggshells I got to walk on now.
mhm.
And I want to make sure I don't say the wrong thing. But I'm torn because I'm like, it's her body and she has the right to say and do with her body what she will in this instance. But then at the same time, Jacob is like, wait a minute. And I'm saying, does he have a right to have in his mind, them tatas belong to me and I don't want you messing with them? Or do I don't want to have to take care of you? Like, what is the problem?
I will speak as a male because naturally I am one.
Uh-huh.
I will say that Jacob is well within his right to have a objection to a double mastectomy, at least at this current stage. Because this is the thing that Naomi is basically wanting to do. She's wanting to remove any organ within her body that could be a variant that could be susceptible to or vulnerable to the BRCA gene, to the point to where you want to get your breast removed, you want to get your uterus removed. What's next going to be? You're going to remove your pancreas, you're going to remove your colon. What like you're completely,
you can be a walking hollow person, and
right?
And leave me exactly with the things that I can live with and get rid of everything else.
Because it's one of those things where you're so focused on this BRCA gene that you're gonna develop body dysmorphia at some point, because you're so focused on trying to prevent it that you're gonna remove everything that, at least in terms of the shallow sense, made me fall in love with you.
Right.
And it's one of these like it's someone or some people may think it's vain to say, but it's natural human instinct. We are aesthetically attracted to what attracted us to our mates. And if we remove them, not saying that we won't fall out of love with them, but it's one of those things where we
but
still
she can get implants. This is one of those things that she can get implants and make the breast just as supple and perky as it need to be, and they not be hers. So this is one thing that she can do.
Like, we know someone who literally just did that, what, a month ago?
Yeah.
Preventatively had the mastectomy, and in the same, like Monica said, in the same surgery, she went ahead and got her boobs put in.
But will it be? I guess she could go ahead and get the body, the surgery needed to replace, I guess, those things removed. But will it be the same? I guess that's where Jacob is coming into play. Where Jacob's mindset is coming into play, because it's one of these like, you could remove all these things, but is it really going to be us trying to prevent the cancer, or are we turning you into something that you're not? If that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand. I think it's a lot, because as women, those are some of the things that make us women, is our breast and our reproductive system. Those are the things that are unique to women.
Mm-hmm.
However, I can't say what I would do in that situation, because fear is real.
Mm-hmm.
And support is real, that you need support, and people's, all of that is really a thing. And I do know people who have died from breast cancer, and I know people who have overcome breast cancer and have gotten the boobs and the mastectomy, and they've been fine. But even though after they've done that, they've gotten it again someplace else. Like, I understand the whole preventative thing, but like they were saying, well, it doesn't just stop there. It could go all over the place. And so are you going to be next, like you said, now we doing total hysterectomy and taking ovaries and uterus and all of this stuff out. You know, like what else are we gonna be doing? We're gonna be on the table shoving
No,
it out.
I'm about to suspend Noki's account.
I mean, I've seen a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
people.
I'm
with
on the fence. I think I would, if I don't think this early necessarily I would do it, but I think if I did it, I would try to do it early and I would go ahead and remove them and have the implants, just like what she's talking about. Because now me and my mom had this conversation when our friend did it recently, and my mom said, you can just take them. You don't even need to put nothing back in that place. Just take them.
And see, this is the thing. Like, let's say she does go through the complete overhaul of removing everything or anything that could be vulnerable to cancer, such as the ovaries, uterus, and breasts. Who's to say that it doesn't go anywhere else and it goes to her brain?
True.
So
I mean,
all of that would be
honestly,
all that would be for nothing.
Honestly, that is something, unfortunately, we all deal with. Whether we have a BRCA variant or not, I know plenty of people who are not here who didn't have the BRCA variant, and they're still not here, and they still left because of cancer.
Right.
It's
Same.
this kind of it's just a horrible thing.
Or maybe they had it and didn't even know they had it.
And that's true too. I mean, you know, it's hard to say because our good girlfriend who we lost in 2 months of her finding out of her diagnosis, I know if someone had said to her, you have something that increases your vulnerability to this, I think she would be doing like what Naomi is, take any and everything because I want to have my life. And I think if she had it to do over, she would make those extreme measures, I believe. But it's hard. It's hard. But I do think that she and Jacob, oh God, this is so hard. I want to say her and Jacob should have made this decision together instead of her just informing him of this is what I decided to do. But on the flip side of that coin, I'm the one with this and I got to deal with it, not you. So what I say is my body is my body. So I'm like, I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm really
I just feel like Naomi is a very in a relationship, she is a very selfish person.
She is. And that's where, in terms of when it gets to my body, my choice, and this is me who is not married, by the way. So I'm speaking either naively or out of place. So those that choose to crucify me. When you are married, your body is not just your body anymore. It's you and your spouse's body at some point. Because both of you share each other's body in intimate ways. So in terms of what goes on with each other's body, at least for me, I would consult with my spouse if there is something that is so life-threatening or life-changing that I would want to see what their input is and have it be a major variable in my decision-making.
I agree.
And
not only that, you would want, like, if heaven forbid something goes wrong, they're the ones that's going to have to take care of you.
Yep.
I don't see myself having, I don't want to say having that little respect for, but I mean, there's no other way to say it, having that little respect for their input into my health and well-being, just like I would expect
if Jacob says no?
to take mine in consideration.
What if he says no, that I don't want you to do it and I am vehemently against it?
I mean, ultimately it is my decision, but it's something that we would discuss. And I would definitely, she's very closed-minded. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to do.
Because
I would hear him out.
Because it gets, Naomi I say this with very much risk. I think Naomi is too much. I think Naomi is too much of a feminist to be married, because she's very much women having complete
Let me prepare
autonomy.
myself to defend my brother on the internet.
I mean, this is just me watching her through the course of episode 1 to now episode 200, 300 and something, 327, and in the course of Naomi's character development, she is an extreme feminist.
I consider myself a feminist. However, I think she's just a selfish individual.
That is true.
I don't even think it has anything to do with her being a feminist. I think she's very selfish.
And I think it has everything. I'm speaking very radically, and to the point of maybe recklessly. But that's what I'm seeing, at least from a male point of view.
I don't think it has anything to do with feminism, her being reckless, her being closed-minded, anything, and everything to do with her being a Dupree and a Dupree woman, because all of the Dupree women act the exact same.
I agree with that.
And I will say, at some point, they act this way to a fault in some aspects, not every aspect, but some aspects they are flawed.
I agree.
Now, granted, the men are 10 times more flawed than the women. Let's get that straight. The men, aside from Vernon, which is yet,
I'm about to say, except for Vernon now,
which is yet to be determined. But as of right now, every other male on this show is trash.
Except for Andre.
Yeah, Andre. Vernon and Andre are basically the
we still don't know who Simone is that was calling that day.
Well,
we know that's part of his past, but how she's got the numbers still, why she ain't on block.
Yeah, she need to be blocked.
And Isaiah
Andre, we need you to block her.
And Isaiah, he's so far safe. Isaiah's so far safe.
So far.
But at least the main ones we see on a regular basis, such as Bill, Ted, and Carlton and Tomas.
Do not include Carlton.
Carlton is trash. Carlton's not trash.
Carlton is trash.
Don't include him.
That's what I'm talking about. The ones that are trash. Ted, Bill, Tomas, Carlton, and I'll say Kyle is one of the good ones. Kyle is one of the better ones, actually.
Yeah, he actually is.
So far,
yeah, he actually is.
And
I won't even say Tomas is trash, because I was thinking about Tomas today, and honestly, I feel kind of bad for him, because I feel like he's rushing in making his decisions with his relationship, and it's not because of greed or anything like that. But when you think about it, he's got pressure from his mama, his abuela, his boss, and all these people pushing him to take this relationship to the next level.
I don't care.
That's necessarily him saying, "Oh, I want to do this so I can do this." It's just all that pressure, and he's young, and he's just like his woman, immature as hell.
I don't care. He plays
now messing with Eva, that part. Yes, he's trash. You're right. I forgot about that for about 5 seconds. Forgot about that for 5 seconds. Never mind. I digress.
Tomas is trash because he played both Kat and
Eva. You're right.
Tomas is an opportunist.
I agree with the opportunist part.
So
I definitely agree with that.
But yeah,
let's talk about somebody who today decided to drop their huevos, but I thought it was stupidly. Leslie did not say anything worse or close to what she has said in the past or done. And I think Ted overreacted, because based on the previews and him saying, "Oh, Jessica Rabbit is most subtle," she didn't come on to him. She didn't grab him. She didn't feel his butt. She didn't say, "Come on, Teddy Weddy." She didn't do any of her usual things for him to.
He did say, "Come on, Teddy Weddy."
Mm-hmm.
No, she said Teddy Bear.
Yeah, teddy bear. But she didn't say let me do this and that to you. She said let's sit here and keep each other company while our baby take a nap. I mean, yes, she was reaching, she was flirting, yes, but it was nowhere near what she normally does.
I think he
So
just
I thought
got to the
Ted's
point where he's
reaction was
completely
too
sick
much.
of her.
I think the fact that Shanice heard on that phone and he knew that he was gonna have to answer to her once he got to that hospital is why he reacted that way, because he needed to go back and report to her. And she did this, but this what I said, baby, and this why I put her in her place.
That part, every
Yes.
single thing you said.
Yeah,
But I do think he finally got sick of her just off of the strength of the conversation he had with Andre.
And you know what? It's cool if you sick and tired of being sick and tired.
But it took him
that
way
was
too
not
long to
the
get there.
occasion you should have been sick and tired on. You should have did that about
Right.
4 or 5 times prior.
Mhm.
right. Absolutely. 100%.
And even then, Eva, she decided to check her mama too. But we ain't got.
I thought Eva was wrong. I did. I thought that Eva came off a little bit too strong, and because you know your mama's here for you, you 2 seconds from heaven's registration desk, and I think that you need to cut Leslie a little bit of more slack for her.
No, she's been cut slack all along. I agree with Eva. I agree with Eva and Ted. I think everybody's sick of her shenanigans. And Eva had every right to be sick of her shenanigans, because every time you come in the room, you make my dad uncomfortable.
I didn't think she had the right to. I don't disagree with what she said. I disagree with how she said it and her delivery.
I don't.
So this is the thing with Leslie. You being nice and rational with Leslie does not work. You're gonna have to literally say it in a way to where she has to feel hurt in some kind of way, because you can't sit there and try and think she's gonna process it normally. It's one of those. It's like with It's like with children. Some children you can gentle parent. You authentically can gentle parent some children. Now, some kids, you're going to have to wring them by their neck and say, look here, little boy, little girl, you're going to have to sit your butt down somewhere before I wring your neck. And they get the point. That's how you got to treat Leslie. You got to wring her by her neck and say, look, I'm sick and tired of you playing with me. Leave me alone.
But also, like I said, this right here has a lot to do with what Ted did, what he did.
And did.
I agree with that. However, I think he's sick of her.
Well, I mean, okay, of course, that part. Leslie is Leslie, and Leslie is gone Leslie. Regardless, but I just felt bad. Like I said, Eva, we just revived you last week. I think you need to. I think you need to chill out a little bit, and then now, here go Ted. And Ted, listen, I'm sorry. I feel bad that you did what you did today, even though he thinks that it was warranted. But to sit there and tell Shanice, I think I'm falling in love with you, I still think was too soon.
You think?
I do.
I mean, if that's how it feels, that's what he told Andre before, that was how he was starting to feel.
He said he's only said it to 2 women. Nicole.
It's the fact that you've ever said it to Leslie that's problematic with me. That bothers me.
And that's the part I'm talking about. Judgment is not great. Not that there's anything wrong with Shanice, but I honestly and truly feel he does not have Nicole completely out of his system. And right now, I think you are making a choice, because Shanice is fine once y'all already had that conversation with let's advance this and see where it goes. Let's take it day by day. And now you have introduced the L word really into the situation. What are you going to do with that?
So how long has Shanice and Ted been dating?
Since they started around Christmas, because he gave her the bird feeder for Christmas. So
Okay.
we basically 6 months in, really maybe 5 months into saying seriously dating, because Valentine's Day they was trying to make a big deal, you know. So
Hmm.
let's say 5 months into, let's try to be exclusive.
Okay. So let me ask y'all this. How long did you and your spouses date before you introduced the L word on a serious level?
Child, that was a
um,
long time ago. Look,
You
that was a long time ago.
stupid.
it
Oh
was,
no.
well, okay. For me, it was about maybe 8 or 9 months in.
Okay.
But then at that point, he said, I know you probably looking for a certain response. And unfortunately, I don't have the response you're looking for right now. And I don't want to say it just because you said it. When I say it, I want to actually mean it.
Okay.
So from that point, I never said it again. And I think from that point, it was another, I don't know, maybe 3 months past that, maybe, before he said it. Because, and I think not that he didn't feel that way, I think he was afraid to feel that way.
He was definitely afraid.
But I did not want to be the one that's pushing and saying this and this and that to um co-sign that fear. I wanted to be as comfortable and organic as possible and say, okay, I'm not going to push this. I'm just going to be me and I'm going to do me, and we'll see what happens. And then next thing you know, I got a ring.
He
What?
was feeling it way before he said it.
Yeah,
So
okay.
He
so
ain't even
every
know he was feeling it yet.
so every couple is different in their dynamics. There are some couples where they date for give or take 4 to 6 months, say I love you, propose, and be married within that year, if that give or take.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that give or take 5 to 7 months that Ted and Shanice have been seriously dating. So it ain't like Danny and Andre where they were basically friends with benefits and then hopped over into marriage overnight in Las Vegas.
And then said, I love you.
Right. So I think that it's
But half of
approaching
that time, Shanice spent mad at Ted. Let's not forget that. The
this.
rockiness back and forth.
Well, the
This is
issue I don't think is necessarily how quickly he said, I love you. The issue is the fact that, yes, he probably does love her, but he also still loves Nicole.
mm-hmm.
That's the issue.
Yes, that's definitely my issue, because I feel like if Nicole did a 180 and said, listen, if she had actually went through and told him about her fantasies and what was going on with her, and actually, you know what, I think I made a mistake, he would be like, huh.
I know I slept with your best friend, but I still love you and want to be
So at
with
that
you.
point, the second that you sleep with my best friend knowingly and willingly and plottingly,
A couple of times in your bed.
at that point, we for the streets.
I'm just saying. I don't know how you come back from that.
You
Nasty
can't.
nigga. In
I
real
just,
life, you ain't coming back from that in real life.
not in real life, but I think that Ted still has it for Nicole.
And I agree with that.
Oh
But it's
yeah.
also one of those things where, in terms, Nicole is still in Ted's system. That is without a
Yeah.
doubt. But I think this is his way. Now, granted, is it a healthy way? Subjective. But I think this is his way of trying to officially move on from Nicole and close that chapter.
You know,
Yeah.
a real good way to officially move on from somebody and close that chapter
Mm.
is to go get a place of your own.
Get out of the freaking hotel and stop wasting that money.
And Shanice, I will probably nominate you in terms of eviction, because why didn't you convince that man to get out of that hotel?
For real.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like for real.
Because I can't take you seriously.
Shutting the door and moving on. This, I say unequivocally, is not the way to do it. And this is my nomination of the night.
I agree. 155,000%. I agree.
Why are you, first of all, okay, 2 violations, major violations. But number one, why you ain't open that box at home by yourself? Why you carry that box all the way across town to Joey's to open?
Because she was scared to open it herself, by herself.
Well, open it. Okay, your daughter is home with you for the summer. She misses her daddy. Open it with her.
Open it with the kids.
Somebody who cares about the man.
But not only did you not open it yourself,
you left
it for him to open. That is not Joey's place to go through your dead husband's things. That is just, I don't even have a word. I don't think there's a word invented yet for what that is.
Stupid.
It's
idiotic.
Beyond stupid. Stupid is not a strong enough word.
Ignorant. Now, what I will say is this. Do we think that Deanna has already seen this box and read that note? Because I do.
Without a doubt.
Because he opened it. He opened unless she sealed
Was
it.
it sealed? Was it sealed?
It was sealed.
I thought it was just
sealed.
fully closed.
No, it was sealed.
Let me rewind where my remote control at?
It was sealed. But my question is, if Doug was smart enough to do that, is there more than one?
I mean, he already got Randy looking for a safe deposit box.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is there more than one? Because at first I thought, well, maybe Deanna did this because there's no signature. Did she get a hold to his? But there's things in that letter Deanna could not have known. So
that's what I was thinking.
Definitely Doug.
So who's to say that she didn't make if Deanna did this, I give Deanna props. She made a copy, put it in the box for the bottom for Joey to find to see if he would find the letter, and then she would bring it up. That would be cold-blooded.
Because it was a very strange place to leave a letter, a final letter in a box underneath some stuff in a garage.
I don't think so. I think it's very smart because nobody's gonna think that. You're gonna think Doug's dress drawer. You're gonna think like Joey's thinking, safety deposit box. You're gonna think in his office at work, some of the obvious places. But in a box of soccer stuff, balls, and random things would not be where somebody would go to look. I think that was the perfect place because it would be just as dismissed the way Vanessa dismissed it. However, where she was wrong and where she messed up is not going through that by herself. Just like she did the gym locker, she did it by herself. Why she couldn't do this box that way?
Because she's already been through enough of his things by herself.
She didn't even ask what was in the box and stayed gone long enough while he opened the box for him to read and burn
the letter, burn the letter.
Now, you didn't walk back into the living room and smell something burning?
It made me so mad.
I
forgot. I apologize. I did forget about this one thing when I did the nominations online. You are correct. She definitely deserves to be on that list.
Oh yeah, to me, she the top of the list. She is number one with a speed and train.
But she followed right behind with him because he had to do this because this will incriminate him. But also,
exactly. He's not gonna say Doug left you a letter that told you I killed him.
He ain't up there for the letter. He up there for that dinner.
But, okay, so we're gonna get there in a second. But he did exactly what he was supposed to do. But Deanna said, listen, my daddy said that I am to befriend you, not come in too hot, disarm my mama, and figure out what I'm supposed to do. But where is she getting her information? So I agree. Maybe all of this came about because she saw the letter, because she was been mistrusting of Joey from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
Did she
Maybe
find this
it
letter
was
and
it's
replant?
on stationery. Maybe he sent her a copy. He could have
The
sent
way
copy.
that, yeah, the way my mind is set up and the way Doug's mind was set up all before he was gone, when he was ready to tell it, it's multiple copies of this letter.
Mm-hmm. Elon might have one sitting somewhere at his house.
So let's say this: if he sent it to Deanna, why not send it to Donnell?
Because Deanna was
Donnell-
daddy's girl.
Deanna is him. She took after his side of the family.
Yeah,
Donnell took
Deanna's
after
Vanessa's
Vanessa's.
girl.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna touch it. Yeah, that's daddy's little girl right there.
Okay.
She has been ride or die for her daddy from day one since we met Deanna.
I just want her to not be crazy, even though I do like the idea of having somebody certifiably crazy on the show.
Oh, that's Deanna. She's definitely going crazy. But
I
she's
don't
crazy
think
with
she's
it.
going crazy.
She's crazy with intent.
Yeah, she gonna figure it out. But the thing is, she's not wrong. If she was going crazy and she was off the mark, that's something else. She is not wrong. She is a dog with a bone. She is not wrong.
Tell you what
And
she need to do. She need to call her friend Kat and put Kat on the case.
She does, because
They might crack.
for that.
I'm surprised they ain't got on the case together by now.
They might crack it for real.
But
They
I
might mess
think-
around and find a cabin in the woods.
I think she's pulling it on way too thick though, and Joey is peeping it, because how all of a sudden you go from cussing and throwing stuff to, well, that's your man, right? Like, no, bring him to dinner. No, you love him, right? I guess I gotta find a way to get along. You went from going, you raggedy bitch, you was dating this man before my daddy died, and you have been doing this and that, to, well, yeah. Keisha,
F
yeah,
you and the horse you rode in on.
exactly.
Oh,
F you and that man, and you disrespecting my daddy. F you and him. To
Mm-hmm.
yeah, let me get to know him. Let me see.
I love Deanna so much, though. I'm sorry. I know I'm a little bit crazy, but I love her. I
I love
love
Deanna too. I think she
love
is
this
raw.
character.
I think she is raw and uncut. And
Look.
and Joey know it. That's why Joey done pulled this one back out again and say, listen, I need you to go and find that box.
See,
But
Adrian,
Deanna is working on getting that 2027 emerging talent nomination. That's what she working on.
Yes,
Mhm.
she is. Yes,
Is he-
she is.
see, Adrian, I don't think that Joey's gonna take her out like the way she did Doug, but he will try and find a way to make her certifiably insane to where she's committed. But Vanessa is so far gone with Joey that she ain't gonna see anything that paints Joey in a negative
Somebody
light.
need to take Vanessa out at this point. I'm sick of her.
I think my theory now that she's undercover is now dead. With
Nah,
that
she ain't
box situation today, the other day, this week, she's completely disappointed me now. I'm done.
Unless she does know what's in it and she wanted to see how he was going to react.
But she didn't stay around to see how he was going to react.
But she knows if she ever go back in there and let it go on that it could have been bait. I don't know. I don't think she's working undercover at this point. She's screwing the man every chance she can get. She done screwed up her relationship with her daughter. I don't think she's working undercover.
Deanna and or Vanessa has planted that letter in some kind of way.
But Deanna, I definitely think has seen that letter. Because when she was having her imaginary conversation in the booth for what she was going to say and how she was going to say it, it was like she was going to out him about that letter. For whatever reason, she didn't do it.
But let's talk about, and Keisha, I think you were maybe alluding to this earlier. Talk about it. Let's talk about the pettiness of Joey in this dinner. Why would he even say, "Oh, you know, when we were going through, I was going through some of Doug's things, and we was doing his things at the house." Like
Doug
he
did.
was
I
saying
mean,
all
Joey
the
did.
things
Yep.
to bait her, just like he did Carlton at that last dinner with Nicole. He was
He
trying
did
to get under her
exactly what
skin.
he does every time she get on the phone. Oh, honey, would you like some scones? Oh, my bad. Were you on the phone? You knew exactly what you was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing.
And
He
the
was
fact that
trying to
Vanessa
get a
hasn't caught
reaction
on
out
to
of
that
her
pisses me
because
off.
he knows that she being fake.
The
He
fact that
knows
Vanessa hasn't caught on to that
exactly.
pissed me off. Because
Yeah, for real.
Well, she
the
caught
fact
on
that
to it. That's why she kept saying, "Okay, well, who wants to order?" And let me change the subject right quick because I
No,
got a
I'm-
feeling this gonna get out of hand.
no, I'm talking about whenever after the tornado and Joey was running her a bath.
Oh yeah,
Like you heard me say I'm about to call my daughter. Make it make sense.
exactly. Definitely, she knew.
Yeah, I think he was
She
I
knew.
think he was trying to get her to react in the way that she's been reacting to see where she was at and what she's up to. But she didn't give him
Right.
what he was looking for. Thank you, Deanna.
No, she didn't. She played it cool. But when she went outside and lost her mind though, and threw that kicked that bag across the parking lot.
Oh God.
She kicked that thing across the parking lot and was like, you got some nerve. So she knew exactly what Joey was up to. She knew. And I was like, Joey, why would you go there? But he was doing exactly like we said. He was baiting her. He wanted her to see the claws come out so he could say, Vanessa, see, I told you. This chick is not reformed.
Not
She
reformed.
ain't right.
Neither
He
is
wanna say
she.
she ain't right. That was like, so was that the reason why you were nominating Joey, Keisha?
That is why Joey is nominated.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because I mean, him doing what he did with the bots, I didn't expect anything other than him doing that with the bots. The
Of
bots
course.
was on Vanessa.
Yeah.
Because the bots shouldn't have never been there to begin with.
And this is true. Never, ever, never have whoever that shouldn't have been there.
He should have never even knew that bots existed.
Right. Now let's go to today, and then we will go to break and handle some other business. But let's talk about this interchange. And we discussed it, we touched on it a little bit earlier, but I want to really, well, before we go there, I want to talk about this. I'm interested to hear the commentary of the Cat and Eva team Cat and Team Eva about this exchange.
Girl, they're gonna be sitting in front of TV braiding each other's hair by the end of the year.
You think so?
I think it's coming that way, just from the commentary.
Uh-huh.
Just how Eva was like, "Yes, I know." I'm like, "Yep, it's coming."
I think that's because Kat can rest easy now that Eva has a man of her own and not worried about stealing hers. Or
Yeah.
Well, that's what she said.
so.
And you got that fine Isaiah, so you know.
You
Mhm.
can leave mine alone. Thank you.
And they had a little sisterly moment in that little exchange in terms of talking about Isaiah. And then Kat gonna try and circle around saying, well, remember our conversation at the hospital? She said, girl, I'm not even banking on us having a relationship. At this point, this exchange that we're having right now, I'm taking it for what it's worth and appreciating it.
This is the beginning of whatever type of sisterhood they're going to have, but they are going to have a relationship.
Because it was the way that Kat, right before she closed the door, she rolled her eyes and was thinking like, you know what? A cute bowl of popcorn, some wine, and a cute movie would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that they'll be, I think I agree with Keisha. I think that they will be they won't be close, but they'll be working on some kind of
I think there'll be a cordial
relationship.
understanding.
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
they
at
will
some
be
point in the
cordial.
future, maybe, but I definitely think they will have a relationship.
Because
Yeah.
what
I don't
will
know exactly what that relationship will be, but they will have a relationship.
now the thing that's going to make their relationship rocky is going to be Leslie.
Yeah.
But I think that Kat finally has on her big girl panties, and she's not. I don't think she is as easily going to allow Leslie to mess up her relationships, because she put her
Yeah.
foot down with Isaiah. She put her foot down with her dad. If she starts to see an inkling of a relationship with her sister, she's not going to let Leslie mess that up.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Baby steps, baby steps.
Yes, baby steps. And so now this is what I wanted to touch on. Well, it's a couple of things. This right here, I thought Smitty was going to try to find a way to delve into Martin's past for a new story. That's what
I
I
didn't think
thought.
he was going to do that.
I did, because that woman told him, is your loyalty to your family and the campaign going to stop you and stand in the way of you doing more investigative pieces? And he assured her, no, it will not. And the fact that all of a sudden today you pulling up, oh, Martin almost pulled out what speculation. I was like, is Smitty thinking of a way that he can spin this story without hurting his husband but getting his journalism credibility? That's where I thought this was going. Like, because all
I
of a
didn't
sudden
think so.
I did, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't trust Smitty.
Neither do I.
Why?
I do not trust him. I don't trust him as far
Mm-mm.
as I can spit.
In terms of investigative journalists, at the end of the day, they're going to go for the story, regardless.
I don't think he would throw his husband under the bus, though.
How many times has he already thrown his husband under the bus? And how
Yeah,
many
but
times
not
has he
not
still
in no
want-
public, ruin your freaking career and get you thrown in prison for him.
No, I don't think not like that. But I don't think that he would not put it past to try to figure out a way he could tell the story without telling the story. I don't think he would try to find a way to not, get involved with it. I mean, and the fact that you even hit, now you're going to sit here and try to talk to Haley about Lynette, like she really going to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I think it's
I
definitely about to come out, because I feel like they said something about his past last week, and then they're doing it again this week. So I don't know if it's another relative of Bubba and them that's going to come up and say,
this
"Oh,
story is definitely not over.
yeah, they bringing it back up for a
100%.
reason." But
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think Smitty. I don't think there's a reason to not trust Smitty.
I never trusted Smitty. I don't trust Smitty with Martin's emotions, with that marriage, with them kids. Not that he would hurt them kids, but his parental judgment is off. The way you be letting Tyrell do any and everything you want to do while trying to lock Samantha, all of it. I don't trust Smitty. This is what I said. That's this right here. We touched on this earlier.
This exchange was hilarious.
I just need them to fight. That just would have been funny.
No, Haley and Leslie cannot fight until Danny and Haley fight.
Yeah, if Danny and Haley hadn't fight, Leslie definitely can't get it first. That behind belongs to Danny.
Who would win, Leslie or Haley? Who gonna fight dirty?
Leslie.
Well, Leslie, I mean, just off looking at them, Leslie would win the fight. But who do you think is gonna fight dirtier?
Oh, Haley will
Leslie.
fight dirty.
I think
Haley
both
will
of them gonna fight real dirty.
Leslie's taking it, but Haley gonna pull some low blows.
The only way Haley might win is that she has a little bit more youth on her side than Leslie.
Mm-hmm.
Leslie a little long in the tooth, and that might be the only way she get her. Is Leslie get out of breath right quick, and then Haley can snick a jab or two. But I think before they get there, all the hair gonna be on the floor, and clothes torn, and everybody. She gonna give it to her good before that happens. Because I just think that Leslie has seen just a little bit more than Haley.
I mean, Haley done seen a bit now in her being in these streets.
In her profession of scamming people, but I'm talking about
Did she
dry
go up
bones.
Didn't she go up rough?
I don't know, because you can't believe nothing that come out of Haley's head
true.
mouth about how
You sure can.
You right.
And if you want to, only thing that we have to even remotely judge how Haley might have grown up is Randy. And Randy don't look like he been scrapping too hard. He look
well, but and obviously they didn't grow up anywhere near each other because it was like he was telling Haley about his friendship with Doug, like she didn't even know they grew up together type thing.
Right. I mean, I don't know all of my cousins' friends, so
yeah. I mean, I think they could have been cousins and just not that tight.
Yeah, could have been
until they decided, hey, let's run scams together.
Okay. Well, let's go to commercial break, and yeah, let's see where we are. Let me do this right here, and let me do this right here, so that's done. And let's see what's shaking on the other side. All right.
Yeah, from the island to your plate, look back. Season with love, cooked just right. One bite, got your taste buds taking flight. New poppy flavor, so good. Family faith and know how to go. From the sauce to the smoke to the fire and the soul. New poppy got the flavor taking over control. Turn it up, let the roll. Puerto Rican flavor with luxury. New poppy, yeah, we bringing the heat. One taste, and you know it can be beat.
Haley found who's sitting at Bill's desk: Tomas, Caroline, Naomi, or Chelsea. What did Deanna make sure Uptown had for dinner with Joey? Champagne, 2019 wine, cognac, or spritz? Kat said Bill saw what in Haley? Great smile, firm backside, double D's, or youth?
Things that make you go.
At Fairmont Crest, what's really going on? The rumors, the secrets, the unhands, the questions.
All right. We now in the segment of today's podcast where we have this little thing called things that make you go, Worst thing we got up today. So Cat's liver done already regenerated after 2 or 3 weeks. So we just got super regenerative organs like that. We Superman.
I mean, she's one of heroes. She's one of heroes.
Just call her Wolverine.
You gotta say Wolverine and the Animanium is going strong with this one.
Yes.
And we mentioned it before. So whenever you burn something in the living room and you walk back in, you won't smell no paper burning.
Thank you.
I mean, you just gonna sit there and just act like nothing didn't happen. The sprinklers didn't go off, no nothing. You lucky the sprinklers didn't go off.
What's that smell? None of that.
It didn't turn to ash right away, so there was no paper remnants or nothing in the top of the thing.
All I know is if I smell something in my house, I'm like, what's burning?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Like who cooking? Because if you cooking, you don't need to be on my stove no more.
Right.
Other things that make you go, So Danny can sit there and berate Bill all she wants to about keeping a secret, but the second that she does the same thing, she's justified. So we talking about double standards now. Now I've been a big advocate in terms of women not being able to do the same thing as men, or men being able to do whatever they want to, and women have to sit there and take it. Now come on, I don't do double standards now.
I have one to add.
Okay.
What happened to the information on the flash drive that Joey had on Leslie? What was on it and what happened to it? Because they forgot that he was holding that over her head. Where that at? And also one more. When is Vernon going back to work? Because you got time to be all up in the articulate business, rearranging all of their schedules and carrying on, talking about getting in the studio. When you gonna mind your own business, Mister? I looked at everybody's tour schedule and checked your schedule and booked you some studio time. You ain't talked to none of us.
Listen, the bank accounts of everybody on the show makes you go, because the way that Ted has been living in that hotel for a year, the way that Bill got alimony payments to Danny, and then you got Haley a black card where she can be able to spend God knows how much.
Right.
And then Vernon,
you still make alimony payments when the person's remarried, though?
I don't know if it stops. I guess if there's a clause, or you go back to court and say she got married, mine need to stop. I don't think it automatically stops. I don't know.
I don't know how that works.
I never knew anybody who divorced who had enough money to worry about alimony.
Exactly. Look, that's above my pay grade. That's out of my tax.
That's above me.
Listen, and with Vernon, how much PTO you got saved up? And if you don't have enough PTO saved up, how much money is in your bank account that you could be able to take this much time off?
This is Vernon Dupree.
Curtis said he believes that it does stop once you get married. I don't know. Okay. Somebody who has somebody who would have definitely on that, because why would you pay for the new husband? They have kids. I mean, in theory, yes. Why would you? But I don't think if you don't literally carry that back to the courts for an amendment, it still happens. I think you have to go back in and say.
I don't think so.
Just like they keep dragging them back into court to say he making more money now. I need more child support. Like, I think you have to go back in.
Yeah, for that, but for something as common sense as, oh, you have a new husband, you're now his responsibility. I feel like that's like something that's written in from the beginning, I would think.
Okay, but what's the first word, the operative word that you said in that sentence? You said common sense, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I mean,
all right. Well, we are at that part of the time. It is time for our church announcements.
Stay tuned, don't miss a thing. Let's hear what this week will bring. CME, we're glad you're here. Now let's get started, loud and clear. CME, we're glad you're here. Come on in and lean in near. CME, we're glad you're here. CME, we're glad you're here. Stay tuned, don't miss a thing. Let this week bring everything. Good evening, CME.
Can we all just get along? This is a workshop brought to us by our dear brother Bill Hamilton on how to integrate your new wife into the lives of your ex-wife and your children. That is going to be this Wednesday at 6 p.m. in the Fellowship Room 101. It's called Can We All Just Get Along? Y'all govern yourselves accordingly.
Ladies, we have a church announcement submitted in by our sisters Eva Thomas and Kat Richardson. We are wanting to strengthen our sisterhood. So they have taken the head of basically conducting a 6-month workshop series of how to strengthen your sisterhood with amongst one another. So sign-up sheets are in the foyer. And if you have any questions, please direct them to both of those young ladies. They will direct you in the direction you need to go.
Okay. All right. Do we have any other announcements?
Nope, forgot mine.
Well, all righty then. No more church announcements. This is the part of the show where we ask that you all go ahead and submit your nominations for who should be evicted this week. Go ahead and you got to say why, and you got to say the name. I know there's a couple of polls out in different places, but this is the point where y'all go here in the comments and give us your nominations for evictions. We're not going to take another break just yet, but what we're going to do is we're going to go to tea time. How about that? While y'all do your nominations.
Pour a cup and take a seat. The gossip's hot and the tea is sweet. Rumors, reactions, theories too. We've got all the latest news for you. It's tea time behind the gates. Ooh.
All right. Oh, let me take that off. Hold on. All right, Miss Wenda Amelia says, while Shanice has jealousy issues, I must say the way both baby mamas look at Ted makes me believe that both Nicole and Leslie want Ted really bad. One of them won't admit it, and the other will tell the world. The next one is from Tracy C.S. Sampson. So Tomas has lost his mind. Naomi should never have looked over her shoulder and said, no, Naomi should have looked over her shoulder and said, who you talking to? And that is so true because we didn't talk about that exchange between
Listen
and Naomi and how he just really came over like, you don't need to be here. We got this.
He was doing too much.
He was team too much. I agree. He was.
I mean, I can understand some of how he was feeling, but he was doing too much.
Yeah, but I still would have rocked his world though in terms of who you think you coming to talking to me. Because the faith that my dad, I ain't that way, but I could definitely have you fired in a matter of seconds flat.
Well, and that's the thing is like this is still your boss's daughter, so you need to. Even though I understand how you feel, you need to find a better approach. Like, hey. You don't necessarily need to deal with that. We can take care of whatever you need. If there's something you need me to work on, whatever. Because she can go back and report, hey, Tomas was super helpful. You should do this for him, blah, blah, blah. No, you gonna go and tell her you went ghost and we was holding it down when you was gone and we gonna hold it down when you gone again. And I'm like, oh my God, Tomas, what is wrong with you today?
I think
that was Kelly.
I think that Tomas has it in his mind, or had it in his mind, that he was going to potentially inherit the firm someday or be one of the top litigators of the firm, kind of like how Mike was, to where he's basically one of the leading partners of the firm. Mm-hmm. And it's like, bruh, you let's not think too much into this. Like,
right. You may eventually, if you learn how to shut up and speak when it's appropriate. About what it's going to speak on.
I don't know if either one of you, I'm sorry, when we did the trivia, if y'all looked to see who the winners was, but can one of y'all look to see who answered what win and do that, please? When we get back to that segment. Thank you. Yeah. So nominations. I already gave mine, Vanessa. You was dead wrong for letting Joey open that box of Doug's things and burn that letter and just be so nonchalant over Doug's. Like, you was wrong for not doing it by yourself or having that moment with your children, but you pick it up, drive it across town, and come there with Joey and then let him open it while you not in the room. That's my nomination. Vanessa, you was wrong for that. Donald.
See, my nomination was originally going to be Joey, but when you put it that way, my nomination switches from Joey to Vanessa.
Okay.
At least in terms of these two, they're top contenders, Vanessa and Danny, because you are so guilty. You're slipping at the mouth, and you are sitting here telling Bill to keep his mouth shut, but at the same time, you're going to sit there and poke the bear with Haley, and Haley ain't stupid. So yeah, my two nominations. Danny, why are you just on our radar? But then again, this is probably why you got nominated for an Emmy. I ain't gonna hold you. So it's my nominations for Vanessa and Danny.
All right,
Well,
Keisha.
I'm with Donald. Initially, my first one was Joey, but you have made a very compelling argument throughout the show that is being switched to Vanessa. And my second nomination is going to Haley because she is getting way too lax and not playing the part of the doting wife the way she's supposed to if she's going to pull off this con.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to end up getting caught before she get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. All right. So again, those of y'all watching, if you have nominations, if you want to change our mind, something we hadn't thought about, y'all go ahead and post that in the comments. And if not, we're gonna go ahead and do some character theme songs while Keisha mulls it over who she's kicking out. So let's see.
Who made a scene? Who spilled the tea? Who had everybody talking all week long? Who chose chaos? Who brought the drama? Whose actions earned their very own song? It's character theme songs, and somebody's getting a soundtrack today.
All right. Keisha.
All righty. First song we are giving is going to be to our girl Danny. We are going to give her Secret Love by Kelly Price because she can't seem to shake this old big tall man of hers.
Rusty, dusty, Bigfoot.
Dusty, crusty, musty Bill. And she can't seem to keep the secret either. Bill, we're going to give Knocking on Heaven's Door by Bob Dylan.
I don't know if it's heaven's door, but he knocking on somebody's door.
He knocking on the door. He want to come on in the room. Deanna, Voices in My Head by Ashley Tisdale. And Mr. Joey, we're going to give Joey Cold Hearted Snake by Paula Abdul.
Donald.
Is it me? Okay. So for our boy Jacob, because he's trying to be the supportive husband now that he has learned of his wife's diagnosis, we are going to give him Man That I Need by Olivia. Was it? Yeah, Olivia Dean. And of course, for the Articulates, because we are preparing for their reunion with the studio album, which are including Barbara's vocals, we're going to do the iconic theme song, Girlfriends, by the TV show Girlfriends.
We don't have one for Doug, so y'all, if y'all want to think of a song for Doug, y'all can put it in the comments of what y'all think Doug's song should be. But for Tomas, it's Money, Power, and Respect. Because Tomas had put some respect on his name. I held it down, and you're going to look at me than more than a liability. So that's his part. And Andre, lay down, Tell me what's on your mind. What exactly did he
he do to make you cry? It's time.
It's called
Oh, I love
Confidence. One of my favorite songs
it.
from the 90s. That's when the 90s was popping.
Child, the
Girl, we had
90s.
good music.
Shout the
Child,
original album, shout the remix album, all of the above.
The 90s was my grade school year childhood. The early 2000s and the 2000s was my middle school.
Did he just say grade school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we remove him out the chat?
Look, I was in elementary all throughout the 90s.
Bless your heart. I was in high school when that song came out.
Listen, I wish I could have been in high school in the 90s. That was an era.
I was in the Russell House ballroom at a
time with Dad.
I was on the campus of University of South Carolina.
Because speaking as a D9 member, the greatest travesty that has been committed in my lifetime is that I was not a college student in the early 2000s when every song that is still played to this day was out.
Yeah, you
the probates was busting. I'm just gonna tell you that the step shows and the probates was busting.
And I wish I was there to fully enjoy it.
So sorry.
We had the best stepmaster ever too. She used to come over.
That's kind of like the new kids now just learning about Michael Jackson, and you see what has got them in a chokehold now. But can you imagine what would happen if they was here when they lived it in real time like we did?
The number, okay, so y'all know I'm in education. So I'm working at a summer camp. And without going into too much detail, there's literally one little brown spot in all the summer camps. So it's 20 plus kids in one little brown spot. Well, all them kids being there, beat it, like they done been to see the movie. They know them some Michael now. Ever since that movie came, them kids love Michael. So
My
you know.
niece sings Human Nature every day from the time she opened her eyes to the time she closed. And since my sister bought the Michael movie, she watches it every day from sun up to sundown. And my mom is visiting now. And I said, Mom, have you watched the Michael movie? She said, from the time I got here yesterday, last night, this morning, and it's on now. So 4 times in a day and a half, she's seen the Michael movie. She probably watched it again today because that's all my niece wants to watch. She's 4 years old. And he just got them in a chokehold. So it's like, I feel sorry for them in a way because they just didn't live it in real time.
I mean, just the 90s and 2000s, you got R. Kelly. Look, we know of his current issues, but what you cannot do is discount that man's music.
Listen, this is what I say. R. Kelly, the musical artist, is undeniable. You cannot discredit or disclaim any of his musical talent because his discography is iconic. Now, Robert needs to stay in jail.
Yeah. You got R. Kelly, you got Michael, you got Prince Rogers Nelson.
Listen, Janet was in her peak. Mariah Carey was in her peak. You got Whitney Houston in her peak. You got Celine Dion. You got who else? Brandy and Monica were making their way to the scene. Usher was pretty solidified throughout the 90s. Who else?
I mean, we have to. We don't want
to acknowledge. I already know who you're gonna say. We gotta acknowledge it.
We have to give it up to the bad boy era in the 90s. We cannot. We just cannot.
Even though we now know what else was going on during the bad boy era. We didn't know
what else was going on, but Bad Boy as a crew, as a musicianship, as a whole thing, you have to give.
You got to give it to them anyway because of what all them people went through. Because they went through some stuff.
Biggie, Tupac, NWA, you got to give it to them.
Oh, you got to give it up to them. You got to give it up to them.
East Coast, West Coast, Source Awards. I mean, you got to give it to all of that.
All of it. Like, y'all don't know what y'all missing now. Like, the biggest excitement y'all have is Spin That, which is the dumbest song ever in history. I won't go there.
See, and like with Gen Z, like I'm a late millennial. I'm born in 91. So for Gen Z, they try to claim like the 2000s as their ears. Like, no.
Y'all can claim Chris. We'll let y'all have Chris Brown,
No,
even
with
though
Chris-
even though he got all his inspiration from us, from our generation.
And it's one of the things like with Chris Brown, like they will say like they grew up with Chris Brown. It's like, no, you didn't grow up with Chris Brown. You did. I was in high school when Chris Brown came out. Like that, like we are not the same. Like with Gen Z, we're not the same. You didn't grow. And it's like
I saw this post yesterday where millennials are trying to take credit for three-way calling. You know, like you want to bust somebody, so you
Oh no,
three-way with
that's
somebody
Gen
and
X.
be quiet. I said, oh no, that's a
That came straight out of Gen X.
Gen X.
Look, here you go right here.
Gen X
Hold
thing.
on. I'm gonna call him right now. Mute.
Yep.
listen, and
What's
even
up?
then, we have smartphones. The sheer pleasure of being able to slam a phone or hang up a phone like a flip phone.
Okay, exactly.
Listen,
Well,
Not
no.
only that, then you got to. We also had the, and it wasn't a pleasure.
Star 69.
Star
Star
69,
67.
Star 67. Then you gotta hold on. I think I heard a click. See if your
Yep.
mama done picked up the phone and muted it real
Yes.
quick.
Yes, and then you got that long
call
house
you back.
phone. You got that one with that long ass cord, and you done took that house phone from the kitchen all the way back to the bedroom.
And listen, dial up. You couldn't
Yes.
be on the phone when the internet was up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not
Yeah,
only
they hit
that,
it down, yes.
then you got don't mess around and have a little bit of coin, and you got a cordless phone, and then all of a sudden the static come through, and your neighbor's TV is on your phone.
Listen,
Girl,
that's hilarious.
when you had 4, 7, 13 on the TV, you finally got 21 when Fox came on, and that was it. That's all the channels you had on that dial TV before you got that cable box that had that one that you flip them things down. Come on now. Look,
Friday night, Ursula, what were you doing every Friday night?
Friday Night Lights football. I was in a band. I was football Friday night.
No. I'm talking about when you were at home off season. What was on your TV?
Well, it wasn't Dallas because Dallas was on while football was there because I got left at the school when Dallas was on.
I said
Friday night it had to be WWF wrestling. No, that was Saturday
Well, I was
night.
referring to Dallas because that's why I said when you're not in school.
No, Dallas was definitely in season because my daddy left me at the school till 10 o'clock
could
when
go
Dallas
home to
was
watch
on.
Dallas. Yeah, I was on Dallas and
because-
Falcon Crest, and Saturday night was Soul Train.
Yes.
No.
Because we did not have a
Was
DVR.
it, not
I mean,
Saturday,
a
it wasn't
DVR
Soul
yet.
Train.
Saturday
What
morning
was
was Soul Train.
But what was Saturday night? What was the show? Solid
Saturday
Gold.
night-
Solid
Solid
Gold.
Gold was Saturday night. Solid Gold with Dionne Warwick and that little ugly poet.
And Showtime of the
Madison.
Apollo.
Showtime of the Apollo. And remember, Dance Fever with Danny Telio was Saturday evening, like 7 o'clock.
And I ain't gonna lie. Look, y'all can take my card if you want to. It was also Hee Haw.
It sure was. It was Hee Haw and it was Mama's Family.
Y'all can take
And
my card
don't
if you
forget
want to, but I watched Hee Haw.
I did too. And don't forget the Carol Burnett show. Don't forget none of that.
Carol Burnett and Mama's Family is the stuff, and I don't care what nobody say.
I don't care what nobody says, but I remember Hee Haw. I remember that. Oh, yes.
Hee
And
Haw
then
was a
don't-
trip. Hee Haw was
man.
like watching Drewski.
Yes.
I'm convinced that Drewski got his inspiration from Hee Haw.
Yes. That. And then you had MASH and Black Sheep Squadron on Sunday evenings. That's the time you know it's time to go to bed. Like, dang. Listen, them was the days, I'm telling you. Anyway, we done got all off track.
Yeah,
Keisha,
all
everybody
right.
just speaking as
Times
the quiz
were
being
had.
addicted tonight.
An
Yes,
era was
Lord.
had.
It was an
Yes.
era.
Yes. Do you have oh, Curtis says TGI Friday.
And Saturday morning cartoons.
Absolutely. And don't forget TGIT. Let's just go there and give a nod to the great Shonda Rhimes for TGIT.
We need those shows back.
We need them
We
back.
still need a Scandal reboot.
What? I think I'm gonna start Scandal all over again because it's still relevant now where we are. But anyway, Keisha, we're going home. Hold on. Let's see who is leaving.
Child,
And the
ain't
person
even
who's
think
using
about
Fairmont
that. Bye,
Crest,
Vanessa.
You said
Bye,
Vanessa?
Vanessa.
I'm hollering.
bye, girl. There your ride.
I love you so much, but bye. Lauren, we love you. Vanessa, you gotta go.
Yeah, you got to go, sis. Prayer list. Praying for Eva's steady recovery. That way she can get out and move around like Kat. Because
I'm
Kat's
praying for
liver
Deanna's
is
mental
back and in
health.
full effect. You praying for what?
Deanna's mental health.
Yes, absolutely. And Angela, even though she is not here with us tonight, she has sent in her performer of the week, and she threw a curveball because she had two other people. And while we have been on the air, she has sent a curveball in and changed her nomination and performer of the week. So everybody put your hands together for our performer of the week is Miss Angela Fairley plays Deanna.
Yeah.
Was our performer of the week. Congratulations to you, Angela.
Awesome. We love it.
All right. And so now we're gonna go back in and reveal those trivia answers. Why don't we? So that we can see who got that entry into that basket giveaway.
Haley found who's sitting at Bill's desk. Answer Tomas. What did Deanna make sure Uptown had for dinner with Joey? Answer 2019 wine. Kat said Bill saw what in Haley? Answer double D's.
Cat,
All right.
Cat was hilarious with that one.
Yes. So who is our winner for tonight?
So for and I forgot to check that last one, but for the first three or the first two rather, it was definitely a tie between Curtis and Marvella, and I'm just confirming that last one. And Double D looks like Curtis the only one that got that one.
All right, so congratulations to Curtis and Marvella. You get an entry into our basket giveaway. Give it up one more time. Congratulations. And now that brings us to final thoughts. Donald, final thought.
I really hope that Danny becomes super uncomfortable in this whole secret thing in terms of what her and Bill did in the elevator. My hope is that Danny becomes super uncomfortable to where she realizes she's more like Bill than she gives herself credit for.
Oh.
I also hope that Naomi is going to, that Jacob really is going to feel more confident in voicing how he actually feels about this whole thing with Naomi and how she's planning on handling the Brockaging. And that's it.
Okay, Keisha, final thoughts?
Similarly, but different, my hope is that Naomi will be more considerate of her husband as she makes her decisions. Not necessarily saying that he can dictate what she does, but taking his feelings into consideration the same
Yeah.
way she want him to take hers into consideration.
And I will clarify that for myself. I just want Jacob to feel that he doesn't need to filter or soften his perspectives in how Naomi is approaching this. I want him to feel more confident in vocalizing his either disagreements or his vehement um I won't say rebellion, but if he feels strongly against something, say it, as opposed to just
Right.
saying something to make Naomi feel happy, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I feel like he's pacifying her a lot. And then also I hope that Danny just comes clean with Andre, because that's the only thing that's going to make her stop feeling so guilty and deflecting so much. Just come clean with them, deal with the consequences of your actions, make it right, give him a chance to not forget, but at least forgive you, and so that y'all can move on. I know it's not going to happen like that, but a girl can hope.
I don't know if I want an articulate album. I think they should just rely on the greatness that they already have. And I don't know that I care to hear what Barbara sounded like and how
Well,
they're gonna
not
do
only
it.
that, that's ain't gonna do nothing but feed whatchamacallit pocket some more, because
Leslie and open up a whole nother can of worms. I think the articulates, and I don't need an articulate 2026 album. I
look,
don't have
I
to
didn't
use
hear
it.
anything in the original that I'd like repeated.
And yeah, I don't need a 2026 articulate album in my life. That's just not something I care to add to my, you know,
And
to my disc and to my Apple Music to stream. That's just not something I'm feeling. But in real time, I'm trying to think if there's anybody of a group like that I would want a new album from. Like, I'm not really feeling a new
I would do a Destiny's Child album.
Destiny's Child, yes, but I'm not feeling a new Supremes album, a new Four Tops, a new Temptations album. I would love a new edition album.
mm-hmm.
I
I
could
could
tolerate
deal with
a new edition.
Yeah, I'd take a new edition album.
But the Articulates, I think that ship has sailed. I know well, you want to honor Barbara, and I think you've done so by giving Leslie this money, and you've done so by introducing her in the concert. Maybe introduce Barbara's solo album as a hidden track. I don't know. I'm not excited about it.
see the
My
thing with
thing
me.
is,
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't think Anita's taken into consideration. If you use her voice, then that means you are helping fund the Shoust even more.
Mm-hmm. And the thing with me, in terms of the musician in me, I like the concept that they want to include Barbara's original vocals, but you have to take into account the quality of the recording, and then trying to get the three articulates that are living to blend with the recording, not necessarily the voice, but with the recording, because you got to figure out how to be able to at least master it or mix it to where there's not so much feedback from the vintage original recording of it. So that's where me as a musician or as a studio engineer, I'm like, okay, so this is the task that I have in trying to get a quality, cohesive recording with all four of these vocals, with one of them not being there.
And
And
who
keep
even
in mind,
has,
one of these vocals is a teenager, and the other ones is 80-year-old women.
Mm-hmm.
exactly? And who even has the original? Does Anita have it somewhere on a tape?
I would think Dante has them.
And
that
that's
was
another thing.
Is Dante alive?
And who
Is
has
Dante
it?
gonna give them up?
T.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it. Listen, y'all, it has been a wonderful Friday night. And yeah, we will see y'all again next Friday. Y'all be safe this week, and pray for the city of Las Vegas as it doesn't know what has hit it. with this storm of pink and green that is here.
Ooh. Who do we think our honoraries are about to be?
I'm waiting. I
got one. I think is definitely a possible.
Yeah, I know. I heard, but you said that you think is.
I've heard a couple of people say that over here.
Yeah, I think it's wishful thinking.
I won't be surprised.
Not to you, but Marvell, if you're still watching, congratulations on y'all. Zeta Phi Beta's new honoraries. Y'all got a good class. A couple of them, I wouldn't have thought would have went that way. I would have pegged them somewhere else. But either way, you still got a good class of honoraries.
Yeah, you got a good class.
Y'all did good. Yeah, I'm just waiting. Patiently waiting.
Niecy is about to be lit. So yeah, y'all got a good one. Niecy Nash about to be
lit. The
one
one that I'm most surprised is Sheila E. I lost my mind when I saw Sheila E.
Sheila E performed last night here.
Oh, she did?
Okay, so this is not only is it starting, Boule, it's also Flavor Flav She Weekend. And they had the parade of the female athletes last night, and then they had a concert in the square last night with Sheila E, Public Enemy, and there was somebody else that was performing last night. But we were
Enemy performed at She Weekend. That's interesting.
Yeah, because it's Flavor Flav, so
yeah. He is surprisingly a very good advocate for women's sports.
Yeah, so they love him here. So. Yeah, that's what it was. But she was
here last night. Yep, y'all missed all that. Y'all ain't even know what Flavor of Love was about for real.
No, I remember Flavor of Love. I just didn't watch it.
Yeah, you didn't watch it because you ain't know who he was like that. You was like, who is this ugly fool with the clock on?
You know that's right.
Okay. And on that note, y'all, thank you so much for being here and for rocking with Behind the Gates this week. And check us out on YouTube, Facebook, of course, Spotify. Go ahead and subscribe to our channels and all of that good stuff. And we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Everybody knows the pretty little secrets start to show.